Just came down from up there and I've arrived at the next shaft station. And this one looks pretty cool. A little workshop down here. You see a ton of dots. Tracking ore cart loads right there. And some good looking graffiti over there. We'll go check all that out. This is the bottom level, because if you look down there, you can see, hopefully, that's just the sump right there. That's it. We'll go check just to be sure, but that did appear to be the sump. Here's a look at some of the stuff here. Got the rails bending over there. Not sure what that reference is. Got the remains of an ore cart right here, I believe. Actually, it looks like a skip car. Must be the skip car. That's interesting. The dynamite box has the writing stamped into it. You don't see that very often. There's the one with the embedded writing. The more conventional explosives box. Buddy just uncovered pen rad, motor oil can right there. And I thought this was interesting over here. At first I thought this was just for holding tools or something, but instead it appears to be a sort of classifier, because if you look down, they look like little mini ore chutes. See what I mean? All on here. And they've got the gates as well. So, what's that writing say? I can't make something in second out stope. Hard to tell. But yeah, I guess they're classifying samples this way or something like that. Pretty interesting. There's all that stuff I was checking out. And again, look at all those dots up there. Each one of those is an ore load, or multiple ore loads. Sometimes they would count, each dot would be 10 rather than 1, so sometimes. So, this could be a big level. Looks like we got another ore car here. This looks like an ore car rather than a skip car, at least from what I'm seeing right now, but when I see it like this, looks more like skip car again. That wooden barrel is really, really cool. That's where we came in, of course. Got drift level running back this way. And somebody has been messing around back here, obviously. That's more modern. Maybe came back with a metal detector and got a signal there or something. This also bends around back that way. That's where my buddies went. I'm in favor of sticking the right-hand rule, but I'm also in favor of sticking together. So let's see where they ran off to. There's some ventilation tubing here. HHH, I guess. Ventilation pipe.
It's not very buoyant right there.
Not very good, huh?
It's that rock again. And a lot of ground fall.
That face is out right there. Pretty gnarly looking rocks right there. Looking up this way. It's really bad in here. There's no echo whatsoever, and the ground is really soft, and it's even humid. I am curious what's back there, though. I think I gotta do it. I just made my way through that really bad ground there. A little spot where I can stand up here, so I'm picking up for a minute. Bad ground continues, which I don't like. And at least I can stand up here. See, the rail does keep going back here. I can't tell if that's the end or not there. So I'll go scout it out. There might be a stope above me here, given the timbers. I'm gonna get in and check. There's just a tiny little stope, insignificant little stope. That's probably more for support rather than support of the ribs rather than support of something up above. That's what I'm trying to say. Got some gobbing here. More ground fall. Looks like it takes a sharp bend right there. Let me get up and over this. Okay, continuing around that bend. Definitely has some water down here. Didn't expect that this far down. Huh. Pretty serious amount of water too. That is really strange. This must tie into a shaft up above or something. Really cool gobbing here. As you can see, that's quality gobbing. That is tightly packed together. There is some stopey, messy looking stuff running off that way. And we have stuff going over here. Yeah, muddy stuff's running down from the surface. That must connect somewhere to the surface because there's mud that ran down. This appears to be the end. That looks like it was a stope that got backfilled. It appears to be the end in front of me. Or is that just caved? What's going on here? Okay, that looks like it's caved, yeah. Because those are remains of an ore chute right there. And man, the whole stope came down on top of it. Look at that. That is crazy. Oh wow. Those are gigantic slabs. Man. Well, sorry guys. Nothing I can do with that one. We were just looking back there. I'm back with that quality gobbing. And I'm curious about the stuff that's back here. Go back here in just a second. I just noticed though, when I was stepping over that board, I noticed that indentation made in it by a support timber being jammed in there so hard. That's incredible. Think about the pressure that would take to compress the wood like that. Man. Alright, curious what's ahead. I think I need to put the camera away though, because I'm going to need both hands to crawl through that. So I will pick up over there. I just climbed through there, and after I climbed through, I realized that was all caved material. That all came from up there. There used to be an adit that, ran normally through here. You see some stoping there, and I'm standing on the level again. See this ventilation tubing here? But I'm standing on where the level was, so all that stuff caved. Looks like there might be more of that up here. Little pocket right there. And it looks like a bunch of stuff just washed down from up there. It's only about a foot high now. It's all plugged with dirt. Okay. Keep thinking these are ore cars, and instead they turn out to be skip cars. So I'm not going to rush to judgment until I see the axles. But it does look like an ore car. The drift keeps running ahead that way. There's something this way. And that looks like it stops right there. I was scouting things out a little bit, so to recap, we came in from that direction. I'm here, what I think this is an ore car. The placement of the axle threw me off a bit. Made me think it might have been a skip car, but that's got to be an ore car. On top of it, I thought this was really cool. You see the wheat straw cigarette paper. Now, as I said, came in from there. We've got a drift running there. Drift running straight. That one looks decent. And we've got this here, which I think that ends right there. In fact, I'm gonna go check that out right now. There's also a modern ladder down here, which it's hard for me to imagine how somebody got that down here, unless there's another way down. But if they came the way we did, I respect them for that. I could have been down here a long time, I agree, but still. Now that's pretty cool graffiti. I like the little rat or mouse. Lookout is right. That section back there is sketchy. Just kind of got some ore samplers or something here. Somebody pulled out. Take a look at those. And then looking ahead, as I saw, or we saw, this ore chute here. Pretty big ore chute. Here's looking up behind that ore chute. Obviously that ties into some of those upper levels we were checking out. There's that ore chute face on, and it's the biggest ore chute I've seen down here, so they must have been dropping a lot of material down from above, wherever that ties into. You got some more gobbing here, and they just backfilled behind it. That's the end right there. You can see into the chamber right there. A little pocket right here they cleared out, and that also is just terminates right there. So we'll go check out one of those longer looking drifts. Those are my friends that caught up to me there. We just looked down there. Now I'm going to go down this next drift here. This is the one that I said looked decent, although I probably jinxed myself by saying that. Nice little pockets inside this mine where they obviously took some material out and just threw a bunch of backfill in. That's another one of them. Another one. Oh wow, look at the crystals growing here. Take a closer look at that. Probably the most number of crystals I've seen growing in a mine. And they extend all the way down through here, and of course above me as well. That is pretty cool looking. That is pretty cool. Some of the longer crystals are 2-3 inches long, maybe even 4 here or there. Pretty cool. Some more ground fall here. I see some slabs have come down. There was something like a little stope pocket here, but you see this ground fall filled it in. Out. Looks like 2 mi. That can't be 2 miles. I'm sure it doesn't come that far. Oh, that's cool. Nice little, I guess that was an ore chute. Huh. Let's take a closer look at that in a minute. Got some rope here hanging down. Good looking graffiti. That looks like more modern graffiti, especially that, even though it's not a carbide. Obviously there was a winds here, dropping down there. I'll take a closer look. So that behind me must have been, I mean it looks like an ore, okay, that was the ore chute, or the ore bin for the winds behind me. And the hoist must have been somewhere back there, or where I'm standing. We'll go back there and check that out. Okay, the report is that keeps going that way. Got this little ore bin or chute behind me here. Looks like a little bit of stoping behind it. I'll climb up the ladder just to be sure. Okay, I just climbed up from down there. to check out once and for all what the deal is with this ore chute, and it is a little ore chute. I'm presuming it got loaded from the little pocket cleared out back here. See if somebody stacked some more interesting looking rocks right there. And there's a bunch of fuse on the ground here. And then this runs up, and this is just a stope back here. Yeah, this is all stope. Okay. That ore chute threw me off because it was directly in front of the winds, and so I was thinking, you know, is that connected to the hoist system, or is that a bin that served the winds, or what? I didn't know, so that threw me off a bit. But obviously this chute here got loaded from what's behind me. Look at the crystals hanging down there. That is awesome. So the hoist presumably sat in front of this chute. I'll talk about it when I get down there. All right, there's the front of that ore chute again. I've got that winds behind me. The hoist for the winds must have been somewhere right here. And I must have had a fairly primitive system to dump the, that's where it came in, to dump the ore they're bringing up into the carts, because there isn't a lot of space to work with here. So must have been something not too elaborate. This is the section my buddies went, so I kept going, so I'll catch up to them while I finish this level before looking at dropping down there. That looks pretty plugged up though, so I don't know how feasible that is, but we can check it out. There's a rail junction right there, and a drift going off to the right here, and something going that way. This one looks like it just came to the ore chute right here. Yeah. Loaded ore chute right there. That is the extent of this one. So, yeah, ventilation tubing right there. That leaves us going down here. More stopes leading up into who knows where. All kinds of levels we've passed through on the way down to this point. Lots of stuff tossed off to the side. There's really pockets like this all over the place in this mine. See the remains of the airlines. Okay, looks like I got another junction here, which is why they stopped. So the junction?
It goes everywhere.
Oh, wow.
There's a three-way junction that way. There's this. I went down that wind's there, but that's filled.
Okay, wow. There's
a lot of options here.
A lot to take in. Oh, another ore car right there. That's cool. I'll check that out in a minute. Kind of a photogenic stope scene up above. And over here, as he said, got winds dropping down. He said it just pinches out.
It kept going, but it's filled up with just loose rock that fell.
Okay, so it's plugged up?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's no-go. And then, as he said, I've got stuff going all over the place over here. So we got that one running off that way. And then he said there's a three-way junction here too?
Yeah.
Wow. Good thing we went through that nasty section, huh?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, well, I'm going to stick to the right-hand rule because this one looks like it's complex. So, go check out this ore cart. Again, you can see where people have been stacking interesting looking rocks up. Got some galena right there. Pretty rocks there. And then, like I said, ore cart here. pretty cool seeing all these ore cars down here. Unfortunately, people took the wheels off of them, but it's still cool seeing the cars. I don't know why people feel the need to steal the wheels. Got crowded drift right here, big ore chute, ventilation. It's maybe 4 feet high at best getting through here. That's actually not plugged. Where's that go? It's hard to tell. Alright, so going ahead. Man, this is tough getting through this ventilation pipe. Alright, a little bit higher now. Another ore chute here. Right there. Huh. Cool woodwork right there. You can tell that one took a beating over its life. The drift does keep going. More.
1957 graffiti?
Yeah, I saw that. Did an obstacle course with this ventilation tubing. Oh wow, this is a pretty big drift. And that looks pretty cool. Running down like that. Very cool. Wow, this really keeps going. Obviously that rail's in there at one time. You see where the divots were. But it's been a while since they've been here. Looks like there's another junction coming up here. Yeah, I think this is another junction. You can see a rail junction right there. Good quality graffiti right there. There's 51 right there. Got drift level running that way. Drift level running that way. This just dead ends right here. Fair number of ore dots to represent the car loads took out. I'm sticking with the right hand rule, man. This one's getting confusing.
Yeah. You were right about a big level being here somewhere.
Yeah, I figured with that waste rock pile outside, there's gotta be something big. Just took a little while to get down to it. Nice and spacious drift we're in right now. I wish they were all like this. It's pretty clean as well. Too bad it didn't last. Yeah. That sums it up pretty well. Alright, we just finished checking out that section. That's the end section. Back at this junction here, where this cool rail was. And we have not been down here yet. Interesting, this section does have rails since the other sections had it ripped out. Must be newer workings. A little stope we cleared out there. Looks like that's the end of the line right there. And there's a pretty big raise. Oh, maybe not. Well, it looked big when I first started looking up it, but that's the extent of that. I don't even know if I'd call it a raise. Start of a raise, start of a stope, whatever. That's the extent. So we'll go back to that junction where the ore cart was and pick up from there. Okay, back at that ore cart there. And this wind's dropping down here. So you can get your bearings. We've got this junction coming up here. Remember, you've got the three-way junction there, but we're gonna stick with the right-hand rule because this one's pretty complex. So, oh, forgot to mention, piece of wood there. It's got one of those rollers on it to protect the cables. So that probably came from that winds back there. A lot of numbers back here. This is kind of cool looking. Looks like Pa Smith. Another stope running up that way. And some stope action dropping down there. And ore chute here. Oh, more graffiti. A lot of people are here in the 50s. As far as I know, this mine was not being worked then. Obviously some more water came down here. You can see the mud here. Anyway, as far as I know, that's a really sharp bend. Some of these sharp bends amaze me. They got the ore carts around them. Anyway, as I've been trying to say, as far as I know, this mine was not active in the 50s. So I don't know if those were early mine explorers or what. Little pocket that cleared out right there. Barrel right here, filled with interesting looking rocks. Got a little stope action heading up that way. We've got a bunch of junction right here, junk and a junction. Bunch of junk tossed back there. That's just the end right there. It doesn't go anywhere. And then this drift keeps going. But I ought to swap out batteries. Alright, well, I noticed a change in the video. I made one of the dumbest rookie mistakes possible and forgot to bring extra batteries for my camera. So this is my phone that we're using now. And thank God I had that with me. And hopefully it's doing a somewhat decent job. It's hard for me to tell looking at the screen. Can't tell if it's a timber set or shoot or what here. I can't believe I forgot my batteries. Looks like there's an ore pass above us. So this may well have been an ore chute here at one time. Meanwhile, things keep going. Looks like a plugged ore pass right there. Yeah, you guys can totally make fun of me for getting for the batteries. That was unbelievable. I can't believe I did that. Glad I got a new phone. Ore chute right there. Really hope this phone is giving you guys decent video. There are just so many pockets like this in this mine. It's unreal. Keeps going. Another raise going up there. Look how clean the space between the tracks is right here. Very nice. Must have been easy to roll ore carts along like that. Oh man, another junction. This mine is complex. Wow. And looks like that one actually goes somewhere. As does that. Man. Well, let's see where this goes. With all the junk tossed back here, don't expect too much, but you gotta check. It does have rail. Really rusted rails. So they're kind of dissolving there. Kind of interesting. Ah, man. Getting into some ugly looking ground up there. Man. not pretty in terms of getting through it. There's a can of Pennzoil right there. Now what is that? Oh, it is Pennzoil. Huh. Okay. That ends in a complete cave-in right there. So that's the end of that. We'll go back and go down that other drift. All right, I just came from back there, back at that cool little junction. And now we have this drift. Check out. Looks like there's another junction. So many junctions. That just...
I'll scout up
okay,
there.
that looks like that ends right there, but appreciate you checking. Meanwhile, there's something running ahead there. See the rail?
Yeah.
And there's something running here too. Just dead ends?
Yeah.
Okay, so that dead end. That leaves this one. Sticking with the right. Somebody's been moving a rock aside here. Or somebody was stacking rock there. Rail disappeared. Looks like some backfill up ahead. Ugh, man. I hate crawling through this stuff. Backfill, backfill, and that's the face. So we'll go back and go down the next right. Okay, just finished up down that drift. We're back at that junction where there's that little dead end one right there. And now we've got this one leading off in front of us. So many of these little chambers where they obviously were chasing something like decent for a little way. Looks like that the okay, now it keeps going this way. Nope. That's it for that section. And that appears to be it for that section. I'm gonna have to go up there and make sure that doesn't go anywhere though, unfortunately. Yeah, that's it. All right, back to the next junction, or back to the last junction, I should say. All right, we just finished checking out that section. We're back at that junction where that roller is, and these airlines, and this cool winds dropping down. I really like this wind, so I'm going to show it to you again, just because I think it looks really cool. Got the Pall Mall cigarette package right there, I just noticed as well. Anyway, the section that we have not done yet is this three-way junction here.
It's like 5 ways.
It's like a 5-way junction, cool.
But I think some of them peter out quick.
Wow, it really is like a 5-way junction, that's awesome. That over there. All this backfilled mess in here. In there. Stuff running back here. Don't worry, we gave him a really hard time for wearing shorts. So, I know that's going to be commented on frequently. But rest assured, viewers, he was given a hard time about that. So yeah, this just looks like backfilled stopes in here. Old canvas tarp or something right there. Slipping and sliding around. Ore chute here. Fairly big cavity back there, they cleared it out. What's that?
Faces up here.
Okay, you just said it faces out up there. Ore chute there.
There's like stoping right above us,
Oh yeah?
and I believe
Cool
they just
gobbing.
pulled that up for the upper stope.
Quality gobbing along the edge here. Right there. Ah, it does indeed stop right there. Almost looks like the side of an ore chute.
That's what
But it's
I'm
not.
guessing. We look
Because there's that other one over there, but that's too far away to be the side of it. Huh. Alright, we just finished looking down that area. We already looked in there. I think this is just stopage in here. Somebody looking here yet?
Not yet, no.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna be the guy looking in here. It does look stopy to me. Wow, pretty extensive stopiness. But stopy indeed. Okay, that doesn't go anywhere. Those chambers tie into the other stuff we saw. You gonna look back there?
This is the drift. The rail runs to here and stops.
Oh, is that the one we saw?
So this is like a drift. Keeps going.
Is that the rail that we were on?
Yeah.
Oh. I have to see it myself to believe it. I'm stubborn. I've been fooled too many times in abandoned mines. Oh, he was right. Gobbing right there. Pillar right there.
Up and down. The rail picks up. That just dropped down.
A shovel. Repurposed as a sort of a hoe. This is pretty cool. In a photogenic way. See all these pillars they left? I like it. Somebody else thought it was number one too. I actually should have listened to my friend. Should have stayed down there because now I gotta make this big jump down here. It's gonna be hard on the knees. Alright, that hurt a bit. Continuing on. Just so much stoping in here. Drift continues there. See the rail sticking out right there. See if I can do this without slipping. Cool ore chute right there. You can actually see the chamber. It emptied out up there. Of course, we already looked at these just from different angles. Got our rail back there. Oh, what's going on up there? You checking it out?
Yeah.
How's it look?
Just end. Someone take my GoPro so I don't crush the screen again, please.
All right, we just finished checking out that section there. We're back at this winds here. This is the one with the rope and the ore chute behind me that threw me off. And unfortunately, it's my turn to do something crappy, which means I'm the one that's going to be going down there and checking that out. Even though that ground looks really bad. So I'm going to pick up somewhere down there because I'm going to need both hands to sort of crab walk through that. Making my way down the winds here, and it's really sketchy. You can see there's this section here supported by these buckling timbers. You see how it's delaminated? Only thing holding that in place are those rickety timbers. Looking down, you can see a bunch of ground fall. And I'm almost certain it's plugged right there. We see how the timbers are snapped and bowed. I'm going to go down a little bit more just to make sure that's plugged and there's nothing going off to the other side. And then fortunately get out of here, I hope. Alright, I've come down a bit farther and looking ahead, yeah, you can see that that is all caved in. That's done. You can see the rails right there. Now, there's that timber that's bent right there. Now looking across, there's a little tiny drift or crosscut running across there. I haven't seen how far back that goes yet. I've got the rail at my feet here. Just a little side pocket here. It doesn't go anywhere. Oh man, look how much pressure those are under. So that was bending the wood. You see some of the big slabs that come down right there. I don't know if this goes anywhere or not. It does. Goes into a stope chamber. That's it. Obviously, you know, it kept going down. Went somewhere lower, but this little drift does not. But look at these crystals everywhere. This is nuts. It's a furry adit or a furry drift. That's crazy. Cannot believe how much is back here. And the way of these crystals. There's everywhere. We just finished checking out the winds. It was back around the bend there. Now we're back where this ore cart was with the wheat straw cigarette paper and the modern ladder. And we've not been down this drift yet. The rock here is kind of interesting. Almost looks like stratification in the Grand Canyon or something. But let's go check out this drift. What does that say? Something hell? Oh, heaven and hell. Heaven's up, hell's down. I wish I could read that. Something hell, all, I don't know. Okay. Looks like Luis made an appearance too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, got the ladder running up here. And drift keeps going there. Cool to see that ventilation tubing. Let's just look up here real quickly. All right, up the ladder. Just more stoping up here. Looks like it wraps around up there a little bit. And we've already looked up those sections of stope. Just went up that ladder. Now we've got drift ahead of us here to check out. My buddy went ahead when I was looking up that ladder. On our junction here, we've got drift running that way. Big ore chute right here. Probably the biggest ore chute yet. And it's mine. My buddy's climbing up there. That's a beefy ore chute. Wow. It just goes straight vertical there too. Which means all that rock and stuff getting dumped down would just been hammering on the bottom of that right there. How's it looking up that way?
Little platform here. Might be able to get to.
Okay.
The ladder's getting a little more worn out as I keep going.
Oh, I hear you. All right, the ladder topped out, so my friend is coming back down. On the back side of that ventilation pipe right there, got, looks like Janice was here in his 50. There was a whole crew of mine explorers down here in the early 50s, because, like I said, I don't think they were mining here then.
Oh, Jesus.
It says out right there.
What?
Another big ore chute here. Ladders, excuse me, rails bending around. Little pocket right there. C. Douglas. That was kind of cool. Timbers there. Nice clean section right here. Can't make out what that says. Another ore chute here. Really beefy ore chutes in this section. These must be the more modern workings. Just goes, how far does that go? Oh, it goes up a ways. That's 30 feet up at least. Grease bucket right there. Still bending and twisting around. I do definitely prefer these. I know I've already said that, but I definitely prefer these. Slow stop ahead. And another ore cart. Man, there are a lot of ore carts in this mine. Oh, we've already been here. Somehow we came back around. Actually, I know what we did. So we were headed off that way and went through that messy collapse and everything, messy caved in section. Did a big circle, nice 360 action, and are right back where we started. Because, if you'll recall, that shaft station is right here. Very cool, full circle. I'm really glad I don't have to go back through that sketchy section. That was not any fun at all.